Okay, so obviously last week was a different week for us. We had Thanksgiving break, and a lot of us were getting math tests started or finished. I gotta say, great job for the people who have math tested so far. So far, everybody's score has gone up. Okay, that's what we want. It's really impressive. Some people's score have gone way up. Yes.
What did I get?
I can't remember your exact number, but I know it went up.
200.
Yeah, it was in the 200s. 200s is great. So we're just going to keep trying to bump ourselves up. And this is what I love about math tests. When you guys math test, and the second time when I can help you and we do accommodations, it helps me see what you guys know and what we're still struggling with. Because a lot of you are getting the harder questions right that have 7th grade content in them. The thing is that we are forgetting how to do some of the easy stuff. And remember, I told you that Matt doesn't know what grade you're in. When you started, Matt doesn't know that Paul Coy is in 7th grade or Haley's in 7th grade. It doesn't know that. All it knows is that's your name. And it gives you different questions and tries to figure out where you're at, right? So here's what's happened. You guys are getting a lot of the 7th grade questions right, a lot of the hard stuff right. So it's like, okay, well, they know this, so they might be in 7th grade. But then we're forgetting how to do some of the easy stuff, right? So then it's like, well, maybe they're in 4th grade because they can't figure it out because we're missing some easy stuff that we've forgotten how to do. So we're going to spend the first part of this week looking at some of the things that I see that we've kind of forgotten that we might need to review. And one of the biggest ones is mean, median, mode, and range. Have you guys ever heard of those before? Mean, median, mode, and range? You might have heard it before even if you don't remember. Okay, so we're going to review that some today. We're going to do a lot of review today. We're going to talk about what we're doing in a little bit. But even if you don't know how, think about it, look at these numbers for number 1, and give me some form of guess. What do you think the mean is of these numbers? You've got 4, 16, 10, and 6. What is the mean? Okay, so try to figure that out. Number 2, I want you to solve for x. It's a one-step equation problem. One-step equation.
I think it's 48
Don't tell me yet. Don't tell me. I want you to just figure out that using a one-step equation. And number 3, the answer is 65a. What could the question be?
What's 1?
65a. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of people kind of confused on number 1. Okay? What is mean? Mean is another word for what? It starts with an A. It's kind of a baseball or a sports term. People say that you have a high, what? A batting, what? Or
average.
Yeah, average. Good, Leisha. A batting average or a shooting average. So you have to find the average or mean. Mean and average mean the exact same thing. And the reason we're doing that is because I promise you, you're going to see about 4 or 5 questions like that on math if you haven't taken math yet. So I really want you to focus on that because today's lesson is going to be all on skills for math and a little bit of review because coming back from Thanksgiving break is hard. And our brains sometimes forget what we've done. So I'm going to try to wake us back up. We're going to get ourselves going again, okay? So we're going to find the average. To find the average, you have to do a couple things. You have to do something with all the numbers, and then you have to do something else to figure out what that average is going to be, okay? And even if you don't remember, or even if you think you've never heard of it before, I'm almost positive that you have. Okay, I'm almost positive that you have. Well, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to review it today. And I'm excited for it. Because all this is going to do is help bump up the math scores. Bump up the math scores. I wish I would have done this before. Because Haley's already crazy high score that she got would have been even higher. But next time it's going to be, and that's okay. I know what to focus on now. That's the good thing. Who hasn't math tested for math yet? Harley? Fleming, have you? Yeah, Fleming, you already did, didn't you?
I did math testing with you.
I remember that the first time. I'm going to go talk to Miss Mitchell and see if she wants you to do it again. Because I would like to see where you're at. I think you would be very good at it. So I might see what she has to say.
I'm very good at it.
I know you are. So I might see what she has to say about it because it might be a good idea.
Well, I think we get our reward days from our classroom, Miss
Yes.
Mitchell's.
Yes, you do.
I'm wearing my Bengals jersey on the field trip.
Cool. You guys going on a field trip?
Yeah.
We'll go to the ball on Friday.
What? This Friday? Okay, I'll be there. I wish. But you can take me, Alicia. Or Leah. I don't even know your name anymore. Go home for Thanksgiving, I don't know anybody's name. Isn't that crazy? How are we doing on number 2? Number 2 is a straight review of stuff we've done before. You guys remember how to do that?
I did it.
What's your first step there, Paul?
You put a -6 and you cross them out.
Good. Okay, so stop right there. I just want to make sure you're on the right path. That's good. That's a good start. I'll probably come back to you on number 2.
Yeah.
I like how you started that. Looking around, see if anybody's still writing. Looks like a few people. It's okay.
I'm still having trouble with number 1.
Yeah, I knew we would. It's okay. Everybody was having trouble with number 1. That's why we're going to stop and hit the brakes and look at that today. Because I noticed that everybody was kind of struggling with it
Could I help with number 1?
on math test. I thought you said you didn't know how to do it.
But I'm really confused about number 1.
I know, so I will show you how to do it if you don't know how to do it.
Show us how to do it.
I will. Alright, that's plenty of time, I think. Let's look at number 1. What is the mean, what is the median, what is the mode, and what is the range? Okay, we're going to talk about all those to kind of start class because it's a very popular question you're going to see on math test. You guys are going to see three big topics on math when you guys start. One is this that we're talking about, mean, median, mode, and range. There's a ton of questions about that. Another is probability. And that's a big word for something that is very easy to figure out. And we're going to talk a little bit about that too today. And another thing that you're going to see a lot of are questions about time. And I'm still not great at telling time. I think our whole generation kind of struggles with that because we don't really tell time like that, do we? Where do you get your guys' time from when you're at home? What do you look at?
Phone.
Yeah, your phone. Everybody does. I do that all the time. Look at my phone. What time is it? If I was never taught how to do this in elementary school, I would probably have no clue how to do it because I use my phone for the time. I would rather just look and see. So when you guys get a question about time on math, sometimes it really can throw us off because we're so used to just looking at our phones. Okay? So we're going to talk a little bit about that too. Plus do a little bit of review from last week. If you look at our agenda, it says today is a skills review day. And I like that because we're coming back from Thanksgiving break. We're going to review our skills. We're going to see what we still need to practice on an individual level. Okay? Because what Carly needs to practice on might not be the same as what Haley needs to practice on. And I need to know that. Okay? So, let's talk about finding the mean. We said that mean means the same thing as average. Right? Mean and average are the same thing. So, someone who has an idea. Lisa, you told me that it was an average. Do you know how to find the average? No, you just know it's the average. That's what I want to know. That's okay. So Alicia knows what it is, she knows the definition, but she doesn't know how to find it. And I think that's a lot of our problem. So, we've got this group of numbers, 4, 16, 10, and 6. We've got this group of numbers. What do we need to do? What can we do with those numbers? What are some options that I have? Okay, I could put them in order. So let's put them in order. That may not be necessary, but that's a good start. So what should come first?
4.
Okay, then what?
A 6.
Yeah, then what?
10.
Good, and last?
16.
Okay, so now we're in order, and we're trying to find the mean. Okay, so we've got our numbers in order. When in doubt, put them in order. That's fine with me. That's a good start. It's a good idea.
Yeah, when in doubt, you pinky out.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay, so 4, 6, 10, 16. Let's think about how to find the average or mean. What do you think we should do next? What do you think? If you had to guess. Even if you didn't know what mean was. Because I know that you had some of these questions. I don't remember if you got them right. And I do remember that you had some of these questions.
I had one.
You had one like that? I know a lot of people did. So what do you think? 4, 6, 10, 16. We've got these numbers and we got to find the mean. Which means we got to get this down to one number. What is that mean going to be? What do you think?
Well, you can't.
Okay, so it says there's not enough numbers. What do you mean? Not enough numbers for what? To find what?
So, it's just going to be between 10 numbers.
Okay, so what you're talking about Haley, is the median. Okay? Mean, median, mode, and range. You're talking about a middle number? Yeah. The median is the middle number. You're right. But that's not what we're looking for here. We're looking for the mean. Okay? And it seems to me like nobody really knows how to find mean. So, let me tell you. Paul, up here.
Yeah.
So, to find the mean, you have to add all four numbers together first. So, let's add them all together. Tell me what you get. 36. 10 plus 16 is 26. Plus 6 plus 4, that gives us 36. Okay? Now, is that our mean? What do you think? Is there
Yeah.
something else we need to do? Alicia says subtract. I don't agree, but there is something else we need to do. What is it? We've added. Now what? I said we're not subtracting. Yeah, divide by what? What do you think?
all the numbers.
Okay, that's a good start. Not all the numbers, but how many numbers there are.
4.
Okay? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. Okay? Does everybody see that? So we added them together, and then we're going to divide by how many numbers there are. Okay? So when I add them all together, I get 36, and I divide by 4 because there's 4 left. What's my mean? 9. Okay? So it's 2 steps. Does everybody see? 2 steps. Add them all together and divide by how many numbers there are. Okay? So it's not always going to be divided by 4, is it? It could be divided by 5. It could be divided by 100. Depends on how many numbers you've got. Okay? So, let's do a quick check of mean, median, mode, and range, because I want to see what you know. Alright? I want to see what you know. So we just said that mean is the average. Okay? Mean means average. And to find the average, you add them all up and divide by the number that you added. How many numbers there were that you added together. Okay? So what is the median then? Haley, we talked about this earlier. The median is what? The number that's where? Yeah, the number that's in the middle. After you do what? What do you have to do before you find the median? Yes, Alicia, good. So you have to put them in order, and it's the number that's in the middle. And we're going to, if we have to stop and do a full week of review on this, we can, but I'm hoping this will help you remember.
Yep.
So, when you're finding median, you have to put the numbers in order. It's always a good idea to just go ahead and do that. Okay? Just write them in order. And then, you're going to find the number that happens in the middle. Okay? Let's try another one. Mean, median. What about the mode? You know what that is? It's the mode of a group of numbers. See if you can finish this sentence for me then. It's the number that occurs the... What? Huh?
Most.
Yes, let me good. The number that occurs the most. So if I put another 4 in that list, I would have 2 4s. That would be my mode. Because there's 2 4s, and there's only one of every other number. Okay? So mode is the number that occurs, the number that happens. We're going to practice almost all of these today. The most. Okay? The number that happens the most. And there's one more. The range. Range is a little bit more rare. We hardly ever see this one. I think the range is. How are you going to find the range of a group of numbers? What do you think? Let me give you a hint. It has to do with the biggest and smallest numbers.
Order.
Right? Well, you can put them in order, but you got to do something with the big number and the small number. What is it? Yeah. Subtract the biggest number from the smallest number. See, this is in your brain. Whether you know it or not, you've learned this before. Take the big number, the biggest number, minus the smallest. Okay, now we're not going to talk about this one today, but all these words go together, and you might see this on a math test today, Carly, when I get you out of class at some point. You might see that. Okay? So this is all just a quick review to have this in our brains because we want success on math. We want to be successful. And so we're going to have to review some of these things to help bump those scores up because we want to have rewards. That's what we want. So our main focus today is the mean, which is average. That's the one you're going to see the most. It's the one that happens the most often. The mean is adding all the numbers together and dividing by how many you added. Okay? Whether you remember it or not, you've done it before. Whether you remember it or not, you've done it before. Okay? I'm going to erase this. I'm going to erase this. You didn't need to write it down. I just want to see if we can jog your memory a little bit. Okay, next one. Number 2 is a one-step equation where I'm going to ask you to solve for x. Okay? Solve for x. It says x plus 6 equals 54. Help me solve, Charlie. Start me out.
All right, 48.
Hang on. How'd you get there, though?
I counted from 48, and it went 40, 48, 49, 48, 49, 50, 51, 53, 54.
Okay, that's not wrong. That's a good way to find the answer. That's one strategy you can take. Yes. I'm going to work it out using some steps, but you're right. Okay, that's good. So, Alicia, help me out. Draw our railroad tracks. We're going to separate this problem into 2 sides. Good. Now, what?
Then you subtract by 6.
Okay, subtract by 6 here and here. Okay? Paul, what do I do with my 6s? What do they do to each other?
Cancel each other out.
Very good. Cancel these 2 out. Our x comes down. 54 minus 6. Charlie told us that equals 48, and I agree. Now, Charlie's strategy, if you are a person who thinks with your brain that you can do this math in your brain without writing these steps out, sometimes that helps. Now, a really big number or a number with decimals or maybe fractions, that would be really hard to do it like Charlie did. But sometimes it's a little bit easier. And that's okay. That's called problem solving. He took what he knew and he just ran with it. Okay? All right, 3. The answer is 65A. Paul, give me a question that equals 65A.
59 A's plus 6 more A's.
Very good. 59 A's plus 65, or plus, hang on, 59 A's plus what? 6 A's?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes, that is very good. Lisa, give me one. 5 A's times 13. Remember we talked about last week that you only need to have one number with an A. Remember that? It's okay. Coming back from Thanksgiving break. But very good. That's 65 A's too. Okay. If you do not have your ISN out, I want you to have that on your desk. Everyone needs a calculator, an ISN, and then a sheet of paper, but I'll get that for you. Put everything else away. You're going to need some space on your desk today.
We have to put these at the back.
Put those back in the binder and then put your binder on the floor. All you need out right now is your ISN and your...
Hey, do we have to put our do we have to put our folders and ISNs at the back at the end of class?
Yes. Where you at, please?
So, at the end of class, we'll put them at the back, right?
Yes, at the end of class. But right now you just need that out. Okay. What we are going to do today is something that we are very good at. Okay? We are good at using technology in class. So far we've used it very responsibly this year. Hang on.
Sorry.
Let me talk. Today is a completely review-based day.
Review
Meaning
days.
I'm going to take what I learned about you guys from math. We're going to talk a little bit about what we did last week. But to be honest with you, we started 2-step equations that we got from cross multiplying. Remember that? Where we had those big problems, and they were getting pretty hard. And we were getting okay at it. But my fear is that we've gone home and we ate our body weight in turkey and stuffing and dessert and everything else, and now we've probably forgotten. And that's okay, because I kind of have forgotten too. So we're going to take today to review a lot of stuff. Okay, and we're going to do that by playing Kahoot, which is a lot of fun for us. Now, it's not going to be like a normal Kahoot game, because between every question, we're going to look and see how we did, and we're going to talk about each answer, okay? We haven't really done that before, but each question is going to kind of build on itself, or we might come back to that question again. So I want you to get it right the second time, even if you miss it the first time. So we're going to talk about them, especially if we don't do very good as a class, okay? Especially if we don't do very good as a class. You think there's probably going to be some questions about mean on there? What do you think? Yeah, after we spent that long on it, I think there probably is. So that's one thing you're going to have to focus on. Okay? There's going to be some equations. There's going to be some questions about time. There's going to be a bunch of review that we need to stop and talk about. Okay? Now, iPad rules. We've used a lot of different things this year, but I don't think iPads is one of them. Right? Have we used iPads in here yet? Like as a whole class? Did we? Okay. Well, I don't even remember doing that. But I know we've used laptops and different computers and stuff, so I hope today we have Kahoot set up a little better. When you get an iPad, let's leave it sitting on the desk. Just walk carefully with it, 2 hands, have it sitting face up on your desk, and let's not move it until the end of class. Okay, just pick your answer on there. So, Charlie, Carly, Alicia, you guys go get an iPad.
I've been having fun fingers lately,
Oh,
so.
you want me to carry it for you? Please don't drop an iPad for me.
I'll try
I
not
get
to.
Chloe that bad.
Let's see what- So there are about 6 or 7 bigger iPads, and then there are a whole bunch of smaller ones. We're not going to need that many. We're missing 2 people today, so we don't have that many. Yeah.
Hey, can we next go get an iPad?
Yes, Paul, you can go next. Next, hang on.
They found something called Dreambox.
Okay, now you guys can go. Just wait for me.
Cool.
Yes. Take your time walking back. Do not rush. Do not trip. 2 hands on the iPad.
I found something called Dreambox. I think I used it before.
Now, a few things before we get started. Number 1, I know this is a competitive thing where you can see your score, right? We're not going to be that worried about it today because normally when we do a game like this, it's a review. We're reviewing the day before a quiz. We're not going to have a quiz tomorrow. We're just going to use this as a review of everything we've done so far this year plus a few other things. Just like always, you have 2 minutes to answer each question, 120 seconds, and you'll be able to see the timer up here on the screen. If it gets down to like 5 seconds, okay, and you don't know the answer still, shouldn't you just probably guess? Don't you think? Yeah. So don't just leave it blank. Sometimes we do that. We get a little bit stressed and we don't want to be wrong, so we just don't pick anything. That doesn't really tell me anything, okay? Because I can go back and look at the Kahoot game and see who got what types of questions right and who got them wrong, and then the next day we can focus on them together, okay? So even if you don't get the answer, okay, I want you to still guess at the end. Now, we've talked and talked with this group of people about how smart we are. You do not need to ask me a question on everyone, okay?
You see Miss Menard?
She's map testing somewhere.
Okay.
She's in 6th grade.
6th grade or 6th grade computer lab is what it was. Shoot, what was I saying? Sorry. Oh, we talked about this group and how we like to ask a lot of questions and we're not very sure of ourselves. Okay? I don't want that to happen. You can ask me some questions, okay? But be confident. Try to get some of these right on your own, okay? The game is going to tell you if you're right or wrong as soon as you put the answer in, right? So let's try to improve. My goal is that by the end of class today, as we play this for about 20 or 30 minutes, that by the end of class, almost all of us are getting these right, like normal. Okay, that's normally how we go. Yes, Paul, you have a question?
Is the game pin say 1973-19?
Yeah, that's a good point. So that when you log in on Kahoot, there's going to be your game pin. Okay, so that's where you're going to get that from. So you're going to go to Safari right now. Safari, you can hit just,
I got it.
Safari.
and when you click on Safari, Kahoot might already be coming up. If it's not, oh,
Did I go on select speed?
hang on. Some of you might already have Kahoot. If you don't, Charlie, what you need to type in is right here. Okay.
No, but I'm not even in.
Is everybody else getting this?
So oh, it's not Kahoot. Crap, help. Hey, go ahead.
Got it? Going to Kahoot? Good. Okay, I'm looking around, seeing a lot of people on there.
Can we make up our own names?
Leah's on there. Now, let's talk about the nicknames. Obviously, it wants you to come up with a nickname, and I'm fine with that. Let's just make them appropriate, like always.
How do you go back?
Can we come up with a nickname?
It's okay.
I wanna change it.
I don't think I can change it.
How did,
Game.
someone changed back to it before.
In what game?
Can we put our game pin in?
Hang on.
Oh, never mind, got it.
Did it go back?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yes.
It won't let me type it in. Alright, finally. Not the.
Can I get the game pin?
It's right there on the screen. Just type your game pin in and type in. I'll put our players list up so you can make sure that yours has gone through. Okay? So right now it looks like Haley's in. Hopefully we'll get some more people after you type in your nickname. You can be whatever you want it to be. Okay, just make it appropriate. You get it in. Just come up with a quick nickname. You can put your own name, I don't care. Or you can come up with something funny. Just make it appropriate. You got 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm still thinking.
3 out of 7. That's awesome. Oh, Sponge Paw. Okay, and we'll see how we do. See how we do. I'll give you a few hints because it's going to be a lot to remember. Type in a nickname. Type in your name if you can't think of one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're waiting on 3 people. Are you in,
Let's
Leah?
go.
Yeah, just like it.
Okay.
I'll think of one.
What's it going to be? Sponge Leah?
No, Leah Starfish. Or that Leah Star.
Big Daddy.
Oh, I'll think one. Leah
Put mine in, look for it.
That's it.
Where's that?
Star.
Is yours Alicia?
No. Guess.
Big Daddy.
Yes.
Oh,
Leah
Daddy.
Star.
Leah Star's in. Clemmy, you in?
No, not yet.
Okay, let's go.
I can't think of a name. I'm just gonna type in a random name. I don't even
That's
care.
fine. Or you can just type in your own name.
Clemmy should do. Clemmy Star.
Clemmy Star? What you got obsessed? Let's go, Clemmy.
I'm gonna do this. I don't care. The best dad.
best dad.
Alright.
Big Daddy.
Now, we got our nicknames in. Here's what we're going to do. Remember, you have 120 seconds to answer every question. Okay? When you answer, remember that not everybody will have answered yet. So let's not yell the answer out. Okay? You don't need to yell the answer out. Work it out on your paper. And just sit quietly and wait. And we're going to talk about each one. It's okay to celebrate a little bit to yourself. This is a fun game. But let's not get out of control. Okay? This is something that we like to do. I want to do this every week. So, here we go. We're starting our Thanksgiving review Kahoot. What is the mean of the following group of numbers? 4, 12, 16, 8, and 10. This is what we just did together. How do you find mean? 2 steps. What is the mean? 4, 12, 16, 8, and 10. Do not forget that this 4 is up here.
I need some help with this.
Okay, so what did we just say? When you're doing mean, how do you find that? First, put them in order, right? Good. You have 90 seconds left. That's a minute and a half. Go ahead and put this back up, okay, so you can take an answer. Okay. Think about how to solve that. 1 minute. 60 seconds left. 1 minute. Think about how to do it. And if you don't get it right the first time, our main goal is to get better as we go through the class. Our main goal is to get better as we go through our class.
Can you put the music on? Turn it up.
Does it have music on it?
Yeah, it goes down.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I didn't know I had to.
Down.
So I'd be loud.
Dude, it's supposed to have music.
It will
Mr.
start.
Mr. Hill,
Yes. Huh, yeah, that is pretty nice. Uh-huh. Is that an answer up there? Pick an answer. Pick one. Pick one.
50.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, so let me see.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk. Because, looks like what, 5 of us got it right. That's good. Alright, we didn't know how to do this in the bell ringers 5 seconds ago. So, walk me through how to solve this problem. Okay, Haley says you add all the numbers. I agree. So when you find the mean, you add all the numbers. And Paul, that's what you did. Okay, Paul?
Yeah.
You added all the numbers up. However, what you didn't remember to do is what? What do you have to do second?
Subtract how many numbers there
Not
are.
subtract. Not subtract.
Divide
Divide by what?
all the numbers you have.
All the numbers you have. So how many numbers do we have here?
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 5 total numbers. So we add them all up. Paul, when you added them up, you got 60, right?
Right.
Or 50. 50. And when you divided by 5, you should have gotten 10. So the mean of this group of numbers is 10.
Mr. Hill,
I see you dabbing. I see you. Okay. Are we ready for the next one?
Cooper taught me to dab.
Are we ready for the next one? Paul, you ready for the next one?
Yes.
All right. Let's move on.
I mean,
Here's our scoreboard for now. It will
504.
change. It will change. Okay? Right now, Haley is in the lead. Where do we go?
878.
This is a 2-step equation.
What?
You have 2 steps. Think about what you need to get rid of first. These are all in your ISN, guys.
It's like the Jeopardy think game.
Plus 4 equals 16. Quietly solve. Quietly solve. 3x plus 4 equals 16. Solving for x. Seconds left, guys. There's a hint. Got to get rid of something first. Think about what you got to get rid of first. I'm going to use number 2 as a guide. Good job, Paul. 1. Get rid of these 3. Those steps up there. You got 20 seconds, so you need to solve 12 divided by 3 so you can get that. See if you can find that answer. Okay, everybody has the answer. Let's see how we did. Ooh, 5 right, 2 wrong again. So, let's talk about this question. What should I have done first? Haley.
You do the plus.
I'm 30. What
What
is
could you change that comment?
Okay, so Haley says take away 4 first. Good. What is 16 minus 4?
You're at 7.
What's 16 minus 4? 12. Mark these out. Or 3x comes down. How do I get rid of 3x?
Divide by 3.
Divide by 3. Good. So we're going to divide by 3. Divide by 3. These cancel. X is
4.
4. Okay? So for people who didn't get it right, look here and think about what you did. Okay? Where was the mistake? Did you accidentally divide by 3 first? Did you not subtract by 4? Or did you not divide by 3? Something went wrong. Okay? Now we'll fix it next time. Here's the hard part, guys. We are very good when we can do the same thing all week. Right? We could do 1 or 2 sets of equations all week, and on Friday we all will get 100 on the test because we know how to do it.
What?
This will get harder. It gets harder when you have something like this, and you have to remember a lot of things at once. You have to figure out, what do I really want you to do to solve the problem? That's what MAP is. That's what K-Prep is. Okay? So we've got to get so good at this where we can just remember how to do it and just do it every time. Okay? Let's go to the next one. Let's keep getting better. Hey, 5 right is not bad. 5 right is not bad. We'll take that. Okay?
I got 12:23.
Okay, here's a time question. Let's see how we do. This is tough. Just click on Safari again. It's okay. It should come right back up. Click right on the one that says Safari. It's the internet. A movie ends at 6 p.m. If the movie was 2 hours long, when did it start? Think about this one. A movie ends at 6 o'clock p.m. It ends at 6 o'clock p.m. If the movie was 2 hours long, when did it start? 4 a.m., 6:30 p.m., 8 p.m., or 4 p.m.? A movie
Is it like a subtraction problem?
could be. You decide, Paul. You decide that one. A movie ends at 6, and it is 2 hours long. When did that movie start? What do you think? It ended at 6. It was 2 hours long. When did it start? See, a lot of people already have an answer. Figure that out. It's just an easy little word problem, but time is confusing for us. It can be confusing. I'll be interested to see how we did. Telling time is difficult. Looks like I've got 6 answers, so I need one more answer here.
We're getting one more answer.
We're getting it. No rush. Got plenty of time.
Got plenty of time.
About 30 seconds, Leah.
You got 30 seconds.
Movie ends at 6. It was 2 hours long. When did it start? I made it confusing. I made it tricky. 8, 7, 6.
5, 4, 3,
Pick
2,
one.
1.
Alright. Okay, so a lot of us got it right. Haley, what did you do? Pick triangle? Oh, so you did 6 plus 2, right? So it was a backwards question, and that's the thing, is you got to be able to figure out what they want you to do. The movie ends at 6. It was 2 hours long. When did it start? You have to go back to when it started, right? You have to go back to 4 o'clock, okay? So time is difficult for us, okay? It's hard to figure out what they wanted. So I have a feeling we're going to have a new scoreboard here. What do you think?
Yeah.
Paul in second. Haley's right there. Carly, everybody's very close right now. Okay, everybody's very close. 1 or 2 misses, and we'll go. It'll be real close. Okay.
I got 2,159.
Here's a question I saw a lot of. How many sides does a quadrilateral have? The key word here is quad. How many sides does a quadrilateral have? You are going to see this on math test today. I promise you.
Quadrilateral?
And a lot of us missed them, okay? So keep it to yourself. You either know this one or you don't.
I don't know what.
How many sides does a quadrilateral have?
Quadrilateral?
Quadrilateral.
Quadrilateral?
No, not quite. We'll work on pronouncing it later. How many sides does a quadrilateral have?
Quadrilateral.
Where's the bathroom?
Key word, not yet, we're almost done.
Is it quadrilateral?
The key word here is quad.
Can you help me with a quadrilateral?
Quadrilateral.
Quadri. Can you help me with a quadrilateral?
There you go.
Quadrilateral.
Quadrilateral. Just if you don't know it, then just guess. That's all I want. I just want to see if you know it, Paul. How many sides does a quadrilateral have?
A 4.
You just make the choice that you think is right, Paul. You don't need to say it. You just choose it. There's nothing to really work out here. All right.
Yes.
So a lot of us got it right. Okay.
I'm
The key
in
word.
fifth.
Hang on, Paul.
I'm in
The
seventh
key
behind
word is
Star.
quad. Quad means 4. You are going to see this question today if you take math test. It will say,
You're
pick
right.
all the quadrilaterals. So you need to pick all the shapes that have 4
Quadrilateral?
sides. What is the most common quadrilateral? What's the most common shape with 4 sides?
Quadrilateral.
Square.
Square, give me another one.
Rectangle.
Rectangle.
Quadrilateral.
Give me another one. There's another one over here.
Triangle.
Diamond. Good.
Quadrilateral.
What?
Triangle.
How many sides does a
Oh,
triangle
never
have?
mind, never mind.
3, right? So a
Quadrilateral.
triangle is not a quadrilateral. Good, that's okay. So you got to know that a quadrilateral has 4 sides to do well on that question.
And a circle doesn't have any.
Right. A circle is different. Let's try another one. Here's our scoreboard. Doing pretty good. What color represents a negative number? We just had this day, and then it has to do with this on Friday. What color represents a negative number? Green, red, black, or blue?
I think a red.
Don't need to say it, Paul. You just pick it.
Aha.
What color means negative?
Ooh, boy.
Everybody but one person.
Now I'm in 5th place.
Negative means is represented by red. Okay, and what just happened on Friday? What day happened on Friday?
Once again.
What day happened on Friday? This big shopping day. What's that called?
Black Friday.
Black Friday. Do you know why it's called Black Friday? Because that's when most businesses make the most money, and they go from being in the negative money to being in the positive money. So they go from red to black. So red means negative. Okay, that's a review from way early on in the year.
I need to get my haircut today.
Let's try to get another one done. This is a proportional relationships question. We talked about this 2 weeks ago. Are 2/5 and 6/15 proportional? There are 2 ways you can do this. Divide and see if they get the same answer, or cross multiply and see if you get the same answer. I'll give you that hint. Remember, we've been practicing cross multiply. If I were you, that's what I would do. I would cross multiply.
What's that bar that goes between?
Fractions. Divide.
Can you help me, Mr. Hill?
Cross multiplying, Paul. Set it up like a fraction and cross multiply. So you're gonna think if they have the same answer,
They're the same answer.
Paul, stop.
Okay.
Okay, 7 answers, 5 people. Alright. Okay? So when you cross multiplied, you got the same answer. What was the answer you got? 30 for both. And if they give you the same answer, then yes, they are proportional. Okay? So that's something we're going to have to review. Okay?
Mr. Hill?
A lot of you are doing well. Who hasn't missed one?
I do not miss that.
Alicia hasn't missed any yet. Paul, have you missed any yet? No. Good. If you're somebody who has missed a lot, that means we need to start refocusing in class, and we have a lot to catch up on today. Okay? And a lot to catch up on the rest of the week. Let's try one more.
One more.
Tough one. Billy's yard is a perfect square. If one side is 23 yards long, what is the perimeter of his yard? Billy's yard is a perfect square. If one side is 23 yards long, What is the perimeter? Two answers in.
I'm not so sure on this one.
It's tough. They got a little harder here. See, a lot of people thinking hard. That's good. There. Okay. So one side is how long?
20 feet. 92.
So that means no.
So I think that would be
No.
76.
No. You already said the answer. It was 92. Okay. Look up there. Is 92 a choice?
Yeah.
No, okay, 92 yards. So what you should have done is, we know one side. How many sides are in a square?
4.
4. So what should I have done to all 4 sides? That's a big question.
24.
23 what?
I mean 23. 4 times.
4 times.
4 times.
Good. Okay? Now we didn't get all the way through today, but we can spend some time tomorrow as well playing this maybe. Okay? That's a good start of review.
You
We're
got
working
it.
on getting our brains going back in math mode after Thanksgiving. Okay? I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. Be ready for me to come get you for math tests if you haven't. We've been doing really good. We're going to keep doing good on math. Okay? I'm really proud of you. These 3, put your iPads up. Charlie, when you put it up, you can go to the restroom.
Third.
Paul, you can bring yours up. Lee, you can bring yours up. When you are done, you can go to lunch. Okay?
Can I take a piece of paper with me to lunch?
Sure. Be careful. Be careful.
Do you have numbers on the back? Go?
They should have numbers on the back. No, actually they might have worn off. Just put it. If you have, hey, listen. If you have a big one, Carly, put it back where the big ones go. If you have a small one, put it where the small ones go, and we'll be good.
Alright.